I'm training for a 100-kilometer ultra hike, and today I'm taking on the second serious milestone, a 50-kilometer trek. But this isn't just any hike. Every hour, I draw a random card that could either help me, curse me, or throw in a wild twist. Think of it as an adventure mixed with chaos. You'll see how the rules of the card game affect my journey. Now, let's get straight to the video. Good morning, beautiful weather again. Today I will hike 50 kilometers. Let's draw the first card. Double drawing. Draw 2 cards. If you draw 2 curses, you have to do both. Okay, that's interesting already at the beginning of the day. Speed Demon. You have 5 minutes to cover a distance of 1 kilometer. And Double Trouble. Do double the distance duration of your next curse. If the next curse is discarded, this card applies to the curse after. Okay, so that's really hard. That means I have to run for 2 kilometers already at the beginning of the day. So let's do it. That's definitely not the start I expected. I had no idea that running in hiking shoes was so exhausting. Even though I only had to run for 2 kilometers, I was at my absolute limit. It's very unlikely that you draw those 3 cards at the start of the day. I was quite unlucky. However, at least I would have the Double Trouble behind me for the rest of the day. It was a good feeling when I knew that the curse would be over soon. Oh, I made it. 2 kilometers, 9 minutes. Oh my god, my heart is pumping. That was so hard. Oh, the hardest start I could have had. I have to get rid of my jacket already. It's too warm now. As it was early in the morning, it was still quite fresh outside. I was not happy about the fact that I sweated a lot already at the beginning of the day. At these temperatures, not wearing a jacket after sweating can lead to a cold. It was very nice to walk instead of run, and I enjoyed the beautiful morning. So, I'm now 1 hour in. Let's draw another card. The Crab Walk. Walk 1 kilometer sideways. You must complete the kilometer within 7 minutes. Okay, so another curse. Yeah, I have to walk sideways. Let's do it. This is also not very comfortable, but definitely easier than the last curse. I have to admit that I often feel a bit uncomfortable when doing these challenges. It's not a coincidence that I plan my route mostly through the forest and avoid populated areas. Towards the end of the curse, I found a more efficient way to walk sideways. So, it took me 6.5 minutes, so I would say challenge completed. The day before, I considered not doing the hike. But then I decided to do it anyways, and I was very happy with my decision. I was enjoying it a lot, but unfortunately, not everything went smoothly. I have bad news. I just had to pee, and the strip broke, and now my trousers are way too big. I really hope I can fix this somehow. So I have this construction right here. I mean, it's not perfect because it's not running through here. But I would say it's better than nothing.
These are my favorite outdoor trousers. I was very sad when I noticed that they were broken. I was quite surprised that this happened, as I didn't do anything crazy. Even though my solution was not perfect, I was very glad that I could continue hiking without limitations.
This time I did not forget to bring a sun hat, and it's time for the first snack.
After leaving the sun hat at home in the first episode of this series, I made sure not to make the same mistake again. Unlike in the first episode, I kept hiking while eating. At 25 kilometers, I could easily take as many breaks as I wanted, but at 50 kilometers you should stop as little as possible.
So I'm now 2 hours in, 12 kilometers, not too bad.
I waited with drawing another card because I had to refill my bottles. As there was no water in the well, I had to buy water in the supermarket.
So my bottles are now full again. Let's draw another card. Tied together.
Imagine your feet are tied together, cover a distance of 500 meters considering this circumstance.
Okay, so another curse again. So far I've been quite unlucky. So yeah, for the next 500 meters, that should be okay. Let's do it. So I have to do it until 14 kilometers. Let's go. Dang. I think at least nothing happened. That was quite lucky.
It was a bit stupid that I didn't think about the fact that this could happen. However, in this moment I was way too exhausted to think about something like that. This curse was much more brutal than I thought it would be. At that moment, I wished I could have hiked downhill instead of uphill, then at least it would have been a bit more pleasant. With the uphill, it was absolutely brutal.
14 kilometers, that's enough. This was just so hard. Way harder than I expected. So now let's continue. Oh, walking feels so nice.
Having massively underestimated this curse, I was very glad that it was over. At least it didn't take too long to clear the curse, so I could hike for more than 40 minutes before drawing the next card. Slowly but surely it got warmer, especially in combination with the climb. I started to sweat a lot. I had already made some good progress.
So, I'm now 3 hours in, 18 kilometers. Let's draw another card. And this time we have wrong direction.
Walk 1 kilometer backwards. You must complete the kilometer within 6 minutes.
Okay, I can't believe it. Another curse. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I would say let's do it. I actually just looked at the map and here's a village and I desperately need some water again. So I will try to get some water first and then I will do the curse.
According to my planning, there was no opportunity to refill my bottles for a long time after the village, so it was necessary to do the curse later. Luckily, I finally found a well with water.
Yes, finally. really refreshing.
After filling up my bottles, I started the course. I was really curious whether I could make it within 6 minutes.
This one is comfortable at least. Okay, never mind what I just said. Now there's a huge uphill. This will be very exhausting. Look at that.
With this uphill, it was probably the worst location for this course. For some reason, luck was not on my side so far. Since I was walking backwards and uphill at the same time, I was actually moving incredibly slow.
Oh, dangerous. Oh. I will just walk now. With this uphill, it's impossible to do it in 6 minutes.
At least I had a nice view that kept me motivated. I was happy when I entered the forest and finally had some shade again. At that point, there were only a few meters left.
Oh, I made it. It actually took me 12 minutes. So that would have been impossible in 6. Oh, that was really hard. I can't believe how unlucky I am with the courses. Yeah, and now I really felt my muscles for the first time.
It's crazy that I had 4 courses in a row. I was desperately waiting for a good card, but after all those courses, I knew the odds were good. At this point, it was about 1 o'clock, so I decided to have an apple and a sandwich.
I always make sure to keep walking while eating.
Even during lunch, I kept hiking in order not to lose any time. Of course, it would have been more comfortable to find a shady place and sit down, but my goal was to be back home before sunset. It was already soon time to draw another card.
So, I'm now 4 hours in, almost at the halfway point. So I would say the pace is quite good, and I really hope I get a good card now. Let's see what we've got. The card is Card Deck Extension.
From now on, you can hold up to 3 cards instead of 2 in your card deck.
Okay, so finally a good card. That's really awesome. So now I can do some more distance and I will continue eating.
It was almost a weird feeling not having to do a course, but definitely in a good way. After the drawing, I ate some nuts, my second sandwich, and some salty crackers. Soon after, I reached the halfway point, which was a very nice achievement that motivated me a lot. I was really proud that I covered the 25 kilometers in such a short period of time and was still enjoying the hike a lot.
And another well.
I forgot that there was another well, but I used every opportunity to refill my bottles. I made a short break and ate some chocolate as well. I had now reached a point where my feet hurt after just 2 minutes of standing still. It was always a pain when I started walking again. I was looking forward to the lake. At that point, it was not far anymore.
Wow, look at that. With this weather, it's just so much fun.
Walking along the lake was incredibly beautiful. I had been hiking for 5 hours, so it was time to draw another card. This card allows me to draw another card whenever I want. At that point, I made it to the second corner point of the hike. I was still feeling surprisingly good. A few minutes later, I had been hiking for 6 hours, and through a card that allows me to discard a curse, luck was slowly but surely on my side. The only problem was that I wanted to refill my bottles, but the wells in the village had no water, so I was hoping to find another well soon.
So I'm now 40 kilometers in. Slowly but surely it's getting hard, and now I will do another break. I'm slowly but surely running low on water. I really hope that I can refill my bottles soon. And now I will eat a little bit of chocolate and some nuts.
I felt really energized after eating something, but I definitely needed some water as I was sweating a lot and didn't have much water left. It was already time to draw another card. Wildcard made me draw another 2 cards. I had to decide between a curse and half trouble. I picked half trouble, which makes my next curse half as hard. A few hundred meters later, I saw something very interesting.
Oh no, it's no drinking water. Okay, this now really sucks. I hope I can get water from the next well.
I was really sad when I saw that the water was not drinkable. I already thought my problem had been solved. There was another well about 1 kilometer away, so I still had hope.
And another well without water over there. That's not good. I only walked a few meters and look what I found. I was very skeptical at first, but it works. That's so awesome.
I was so glad that I could finally refill my bottles. Staying hydrated is very important on such a hike. Afterwards, I felt much more relaxed and I was really motivated as I was on the home straight. The weather was just incredible. The sun was shining all day long.
So I'm now 8 hours in, only 4 kilometers to go. So let's draw another card. No pain, no gain.
Pick up a heavy rock and carry it for the next 2 kilometers.
Okay, so I think I will play my draw a new card. So let's draw another one. Full body workout.
Do not only train your legs, do 100 push-ups to challenge your arms.
Okay, so let's do some push-ups then.
At the beginning the curse was easy, but after the first set of 25 push-ups I really started to struggle. It is true that my legs are stronger than my arms, but I was still surprised that I struggled after only 25 push-ups. For some reason my arms were exhausted as well, but I honestly don't know why. However, somehow I still managed to complete the curse. The half trouble definitely saved me. It was a very nice feeling to know that there were only a few hundred meters to go and I was looking forward to a warm meal at home. The sun was about to set and the scenery was breathtaking.
So I finally made it. 8 hours and 45 minutes, 50 kilometers. Towards the end it was quite exhausting, but overall it was an absolutely beautiful day. Let me know down in the comment section if you have any ideas for improvements. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.